that together. So again, this is your girl Misty Blanco, and we're going to be flying free the Phoenix Way today. We have, I have someone that's going to be definitely dope coming in to fly free. We just kick it, we just talk. Everybody keep tuning in. I thank y'all, but I try to be serious. Hey everybody, how y'all doing? I appreciate every last one of y'all. I'm waiting for them to come through right now. Let's see. AMG Renz, how you doing? How's everybody doing out here? We're gonna be flying free. Let me see. Let me see if I can. Let's see. Let's see. I'm gonna request them. There you go. Let's see. You should snatch up the request. But we're gonna be flying free. This is gonna be definitely a great topic. Great topic. Let's see if he comes through. Should be coming in. How's everybody doing? How's everybody day today? How's everybody day out there? Let's see. Beautiful day today. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood this way. Let's see. Hey Christina, let me see if you want to come in real quick. Oh, there you go. What's up, JoJo? There you go. Okay, there you go. Let me see. I'm sending you a request. Unable to join. I'm waiting for him to come in. I don't want to give it away. Let me see. Hold on, y'all. We're going to figure this out. Hey, Christina, what's going on? Yes, the light is about to come on. This light is here. Let's see what's going on. I'm about to get off and figure this out in 1 second, because it's not. Let me see. Trying to get him to come in, y'all. There you go.
I was about to say it requested when you hung up.
It did. How you doing?
You had to check out to get back on?
Yeah, I had to check out to get back on. How you doing?
I'm all right, superstar. What's the latest with
you? Man, I want to talk to you. First of all, I want to say thank you for coming in my life, straight up. Thank you for being my mentor. Thank you for being my manager. You know what I'm saying? People need to know I have real backing. This is not a game, right?
That's true.
And I want to.
And it's well, go ahead.
I want to say thank you, for the new direction you've given me, for, just putting me in the forefront. And like before we got on live, right? What I say, I'm about to go put on some makeup.
No, we ain't doing.
You said no, we ain't doing that. So.
And I keep telling the guys, it's our duty to let our sisters know y'all beautiful the way y'all are. Y'all don't need 40 inches down. Well, we can speak from a man's perspective. I understand that women feel like, they want to have the freedom to do whatever they want to do. But we don't want that to get lost in translation of shoulder length natural hair or steel afros or afro puffs is not attractive. We don't want to send that message. You know what I'm saying? I got daughters, I got granddaughters that I want to feel comfortable in the skin that they're in. I don't feel like they should have to feel like they need any enhancements in no kind of way to feel beautiful. Be grateful for what you was born with and what you was given.
Yeah.
I don't think it's no polls or how many sisters have lost their lives from breast implant surgeries. Now these BBLs and Brazilian butt lifts. I guess that's the BBL mean.
Yeah, yeah.
But these lipos, we don't know what's gonna come from that? You see what I'm saying? If you can barely take an aspirin or something without it saying side effects,
Right.
what's gonna happen if you putting foreign objects in your body?
You making me feel so guilty. I know you're my
But you
mentor, you're my manager.
but you have a voice,
Right.
and you a woman,
Right.
and that's something that you have to connect with your supporters on. You know,
You right.
letting them know, listen, we can, if we add hair in different colors or whatever, that's a choice that we making. But don't think we doing that because we're not satisfied with our natural hair. So maybe if we switch it up some, like if we went
Yeah.
a month regular hair, a month, you see what I'm saying? I don't know.
You
That's
wanna do you gonna try that challenge with me?
no, I can't try to challenge with you. That's
No,
your
I'm saying
challenge.
you mean you gonna put that challenge on me.
Yeah,
Like,
you start that challenge. You start a natural beauty challenge. I don't know if it's one out, but you start that. And you know, some people try to do fat shaming, as they say. Okay, but the person if that offends them, being overweight and being obese, then we know you gotta just try to live a healthier life. So it's not bashing them. Take away the greasy foods, the fried foods. You see what I'm saying?
yeah.
It's kind of hard to say you're comfortable with being overweight. I can't say you comfortable with being overweight, because extra weight is uncomfortable in some cases. You see what I'm saying? Meaning, like, the shame that comes with it. If you get on an airplane and you taking up 2 seats, they trying to charge you for 2 seats. So it's like a kind way of dissing you in a way. You know what I'm saying? Or if you can't tie your own shoe, just certain things. Barely wash your butt. You know what I'm saying? It like something is going on to where some people, or as they say, gluttony is a deadly sin. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Exactly.
So,
And I want to say something real quick, because for people who, there's no way for people not to know who you are, but for those who don't know who you are, can you let them know who you are? Because they should know who you are, but
I mean, some do, some don't, but we got Google for a reason. Google JoJo Capone. You know, I'm only me, so I can't spice nothing up and add nothing extra. You know what I'm saying? I am who I am. So, you know, I don't know. Well, I do know what people would tell me from the outside looking in, that I motivate them, you know, or just like you just told me. You know what I'm saying? I give you encouraging words, this and that. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? I don't
I'm
never
blessed
want,
to have you in my life.
yeah,
I'm
you see
blessed to
what I'm
have you in
saying?
my life.
So when you ask me about me, those are the type of things that I can use to explain to a person. Oh, well, I do things that cheer this person up if they down. You know, unbeknownst to me, because I'm just living my life. I'm just doing me. But I notice some people would take me just living my life as I'm stunting on somebody. You see what I'm saying? So when they use them terms, I would explain to them it's only one number one stunner to me. You know, he just happened to be my bloodline. That's Birdman. You see what I'm saying? He coined himself as the number one stunner. I've never been nobody that stun on people, and that ain't my style. You know what I'm saying? I just always live my life pertaining to me and how I felt. You know what I'm saying? So I never been a judgmental person. Just like with artists, just like with your style of music. I would have loved for you to been able to be in the BET Cypher. Your talent need to be shown. See, you got the type of talent that need to be shown on broader scales. So we got to use these social media platforms for those
Yeah.
reasons. Just like I get thousands of artists all day, every day on any social media platform sending me messages. OG, I'm the hottest. Big homie, I'm the best. I'm the best. You know, and I tell them I don't judge nobody music. Put it out, and let's see what the supporters are going to say. I'm only one person, but I have to understand I'm one person that's connected to the biggest independent major label in the world, which is Cash Money Records. You see what I'm saying? So while I'm over here just trying to be a normal person in society. They
It's
like,
not
dude,
possible.
yeah, it's not
It's not
possible.
possible.
They like, hold on, dude, do you know you can just pick up the phone and call a person that can just change our whole life?
Exactly.
Now, what I need them to understand too is, which is true, but labels, they want traction. If you put out music, you know what I'm saying? They want to see the views going up organically. You know, they don't want to see no bot numbers and all that.
Exactly.
Bot followers.
Exactly.
They want to see it doing it organically. So if I'm presenting, just say your package to Birdman, he gonna say, okay, do she got millions of followers on? I'm not saying this what he's going to say verbatim,
Right.
but I'm just saying if he was to ask me, do she have millions of followers on each video on YouTube? How many views do she have on SoundCloud? You know, just the stuff that he might ask me. I would have to be able to present that to him. You know what I'm saying? And see why he see, so he can basically see what I see. You see what I'm saying? In you as an artist. You know, so the last few female artists come out, they shouldn't have to all have a adult stripper character. You know what I'm saying? They shouldn't all have that shouldn't have to be the first thing. Like, we gotta reinvent the MC Lights and the Queen Latifahs and the Miss Melodies. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We gotta let the young women and young men, young and old, know that it's cool to speak about substance. And you don't have to have on a G-string and just pastries on your nipples and 40-inch hair to sell music. You see what I'm saying?
You know what you saying that, like I said, I was thinking that, like, because I got talent and I really have talent, but I'm like, when it comes down to other managers or other people may say, well, you need to go get the butt job.
Now
I may not be comfortable.
I'm gonna cut you off because you said you got talent. I'm gonna put you on the spot. I usually do Favorite Flow Friday, but they blocked my live, so it was blocked for 4 months. Now it's been blocked almost a month. So I'm gonna put you on the spot. You got talent. Showcase your talent. Let me hear something. What would you be spitting if you was on BET Cypher right now?
I copped a brick to move from O's. Got tired of being broke, so I caught on my toes. Nigga, the wrist is froze. New from old. Tried to carry it in my drink, now the Chris is cold. Picture, Japanese Benz, ice on Timbs. My pockets stay heavy because it's filled with ends. Nigga, the wrist is froze. New from old. Tried to carry it in my drink because the Chris is cold. That's all. That's what I would do. A little something. I think they need to just wait though, because my voice is so heavy like that. That jail song I got where I'd be like, I can't believe it. As I stand before the judge, tears roll, so my makeup start to smudge. I feel like this ain't right. I feel lightheaded. I can't see, I can't. The officer slowly start to walk to me. I'm about to faint when he put them handcuffs on me. Strap the belt on my waist, I guess it's over for me. Dear God, what you want me to do? He said, strapped up, strapped down to about 8 other homies, and we all got the same case. And we all look the same, we got the sick face. And when we pass loved ones, we say pray and when we touch down, send a little love letter. I say, don't trip, you know it's gotta get better. But deep down, I know it's not. I got a little feeling. Dear God, when I pass these gates, help me. My bunkie like me, but not the same race. But God cool when we learn we from the same place of hard knocks. Bitch cops, just different blocks. She from that 8 mile. I'm from that 7 mile. They say squat, spread them cheeks, and here's your band number. Officer Baker Woods, and here's the Sarge number. I gotta sit for fucking with a snitch, bitch. I can't believe it. I feel my heart slip on the elevator, about to hit the cell blocks. The only voice running through a nigga head is Pop. In this white man's world, you gotta learn to smile. Keep your head up, girl, and take a moment. Just I stand before the gray balls and don't look hard. Cause real recognize real ain't gotta act hard. Cause we all in jumpsuits and these flip flops. And for everybody, I know it's hard too.
Walks into my cell, I hear the balls close. EMCF, so my heart froze. As I see many women in the same clothes, and we all mothers, so my heart plunders. You got some facing life and some 15, just waiting for that ride down the quarantine. Some a couple days, some a couple months. Some feel the pain, they gotta wait for the rest.
Now you might got a similar. I know if they do comparisons in music, they probably will put you like a female Scarface. Like that's what you put me in the mind of, like a female.
You are the second person who ever. Thank you, thank you for that blessing because Scarface, man, has been
Yeah,
such a big part of my life. You know what I'm saying? He is he is
he a
he is
storyteller. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, that's
like
me.
that right there gave me that. So do you feel like you more of a you just heavy with the pen
But I
or
can have fun too.
raps? Huh?
I can have fun too. That's the crazy part. I got stuff where I'm having fun. I'm having sex. I can talk about partying. I can talk about some my money too long for these broke niggas. I got so many different voices. I got a high voice. I can drop low. I got different characters. Like I got this one voice called Connie. You know what I'm saying?
I go.
That's what I'm getting on my.
Let
So
me
it's
hear that.
I can
What do
sound
that?
like Misty.
But you from VA, right?
No, I'm from Detroit, East Side, Seven
From the D.
Mile, man. Dang.
I heard that in the song, so I didn't know if you was. Okay, so you said 7 Mile. Okay,
But
okay.
listen, what I want us, I want to work on something too for you.
Well,
I
we
got
we
something.
Midwest bosses, so you Detroit, we in the shot.
Hey, you already know.
That's
You
next door.
already know.
I just had saw something on a post where they were saying what's the brother out of Kansas City, Tech Nine. They were saying
Yeah.
like he don't make Forbes, but he makes 6 million a year in merch, and he makes 7 million a year off his music. But Forbes haven't put him as a power player on
Yo,
a.
that's a shame.
But I keep saying when it come to Midwest artists, they never give us our credit, and
They never.
I'm wondering what that's coming, what's that stemming from? Like the Midwest literally kept hip hop alive, and nobody
Yeah.
giving us credit from that.
Yeah. Like a lot
From
of
our writers, from our producers to our R&B
people
artists,
say it. Mm-hmm.
like
Mm-hmm.
they don't give us our credit for nothing. I'm kind of like, far as our A&Rs, you see what I'm saying? Like we got people from the Midwest got a lot of high positions within the industry, but we
Mm-hmm.
don't get our credit for it.
We don't get it. We don't get it. Like a lot of people will swear I'm from the East Coast. I always have to tell people, no, I'm from Detroit. I'm from the Midwest. Like that
Mm-hmm.
hustle I got, that's that Midwest hustle, that charisma, that being in the room, that all that. That's the
Right.
Midwest. But people swear that is. I love the East Coast. Don't I love everywhere, but I'm Midwest,
Now
East
let me
Side,
ask
Detroit.
you this. So like influences when you listening to Detroit music right now, it got more of a Bay Area style of music, the beats
Mm-hmm.
and rapping patterns too. You know what I'm saying?
I love West Coast beats. I murder them.
So it's kind of like we wonder how does that influence? How do that happen? You see what I'm saying? But that's what music do. That's what hip hop done. You know, it got people in places that don't even speak English, but they doing hip hop. You know, so
Mm-hmm.
you kind of wonder like, okay, how could any Midwest city be influenced by anywhere else? But
Mm-hmm.
then what was our Midwest homegrown sound would be the fast flow of a Twister. He made it to the
Yep.
Guinness Book of World
Yep.
Records. You
Yep.
know, the slow flow with the fast would do or die.
Yo, do or
Crucial Con.
die. Do or die them dudes.
You know, from you go in Detroit. Now, of course, y'all got a GOAT, Eminem, you know, the whole D12,
Mm-hmm.
uh, and a bunch of up and coming artists now. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Salute to Tone Tone,
Mm-hmm. Uh,
Vezo,
yeah.
Sada
T3.
Baby. You know, he got
Yeah.
uh uh Days Loaf, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Trick
Shout
Trick,
out.
of course. So you
Mm-hmm.
got a lot of basically y'all was known for the East and West Side Cheddar Boys
Yeah.
music.
Yeah. And
So
that's
when
my
y'all
family.
to us, them was like the first people we knew that was flirting with the music. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying?
And
Then of
that's
course
my family. The
got Bone
Lethal
Thugs
Sheriff.
and Harmony. Nobody surpassed Bone Thugs as far as they group and what they done. Nelly, you know what I'm saying? Even the Bow Wow, that whole Columbus, come to
Yeah.
Ohio. See what I'm saying? And it's like sad news with R. Kelly, but nobody in R&B pop
Exactly.
done.
Exactly.
I don't want to go back too far, but even the Jackson 5, they from Gary, Indiana. You see
Motown.
what I'm saying?
Motown. Yeah, through the
And
connection
then
with the D.
the whole Motown sound, we got Sam Cooke, we got Shaka Khan. You feel me?
Yes.
Like
Yes.
right now today, we got Jennifer Hudson, Donnell Jones.
Mm-hmm.
What's my other?
Shoot,
Dave
Kanye.
Kanye. You feel me? Common.
Hey, don't y'all is B.O.B. from there?
Who? No,
B.O.B.
he from Atlanta, I think.
Well, he tried to take that flow that Chicago got, that flow.
Hey,
I hear some Midwest up in there. Well, he might get mad at me for saying that,
we
but
gotta Google him. I don't know where
you
he's
know what
from.
I'm saying? I hear Midwest in him.
Let me. He might be. Let me check. Where artist B.O.B. from? B.O.B.
What about the other guy? Music Saved My Life. Dang.
Rapper now. He from Florida. It say Daytona Beach.
But he ain't got the Midwest flow.
Let me
You
make
don't hear
sure.
no shot down in him.
Yeah, that's him right there. Yeah, they say
But it's
Daytona.
okay. I hear shy sound in him though, but maybe I was. Yeah, Lupe. Is Lupe Fiasco from Chicago?
Yeah, Lupe from the Shire. Then of course we got the Brat, first female rap artist to ever go platinum.
Do you know she's the reason I rap? She gave me the heart, because I used to want to be like the Brat with that Funkify and that whole album.
What up,
And then
Kane?
Drop the Bomb. She was with Chris Cross and all them. The Brat. I love the Brat. I met her one time, and she was so nice. I met her one time.
Yeah,
And Rage influenced me. She from Virginia, right? Rage is
yeah,
from Virginia, I believe.
Rage and
She
Boss.
definitely was a
People don't
different
know
girl.
them.
Boss from Detroit.
That's what I'm saying. A lot of girls see your style and your voice tone sound like that, but a lot of people wouldn't even know that.
I did a song with her. She
Who
gave me
else?
the torch
Yo-Yo
in the
too. Where
city.
Yo-Yo from? Yo-Yo, is she from Yo-Yo from Cali or
I think
Virginia
she's
too?
from Cali. She from Cali.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I
But
got
see,
that.
look how many women that was. Miss Melanie, the Brat, MC Light,
Shauna. Somebody
Shauna,
said Shauna. Yeah, she's nasty.
Shauna. Who else we don't want to leave out nobody. Oh,
No, okay.
Latifah.
Yes, Queen Latifah.
Salt and Pepper.
Definitely.
Salt and Pepper. Like it was always a nicer group of women.
Mm-hmm.
But Boss came in, voice sound like yours. I think you should find her beats and redo that, especially that hit record she had.
Was deeper. Like I
Deeper.
don't really wanna feel.
That's who you sound like.
Hey, look, I did a song with her one time, and she gave me the torch in the city. Like I know her, and she would let me do that, and she's still performing that song every time she come out. Detroit go crazy.
Oh, so she from the D.
Crazy.
Boss from the D.
Yes, she from Detroit, and I did a song with her.
But got on through the West Coast.
We did Young Jocks stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that Meet Me in the Trap. Me and Boss did that over. It was hard.
I want to hear that. Damn, I ain't heard. Yeah, Boss. Boss was the truth too.
True.
Who else? Yeah,
Rod
Boss.
Digger. Somebody just
Rod
said Rod Digger. Yes, and that's my sister too, Rod Digger.
Now I got a story with Rod Digger, right? I was somewhere. I don't know if I was in one of them labels, and we was on the elevator together. And all her music, the music she was putting out, they all had house music beats. So you know, it was always a toss up. Like Jersey was thinking that house music came from them, but that's our hip hop. House music is us.
Came from, yeah, exactly.
So you know what I'm saying? So she was like, I said, I just was thanking her. I said, thank you for incorporating our music to your songs. So she like, huh? I said, you know, you be rapping over all our house music. You know, house music Chicago. She was like, what? I thought it was Jersey. So that's crazy. Here she was, a major artist, and thought that. And I remember used to seeing write-ups of certain stuff, like people were saying, like thinking R. Kelly was from DC. I don't know where they got
No,
that
he
from.
from the Shy.
He and always rap the Shy. I didn't
Always
understand.
rep the Shy.
So
Stand up.
I'm like, he got the big chains with the C on it, Chicago, and
Hey, look,
kept.
I'm giving him his flowers while he's living, because no matter what, I've been a person who also, where God allows certain lessons to come in my life, you know what I mean, for whatever his greaterment is. So for whatever greaterment that God has written for R. Kelly, for his journey of lessons, right? We still can't take away from how great and all the things he done in music, and just the lives he touched. And may we, pray. We all gotta pray. We miss praying. Everybody need prayer. Even the guy on the that was next to Jesus asked for prayer, like, remember me. So I think he was a murderer or something. You know what I mean? So we gotta remember. You know.
Yeah,
May God have mercy on all of us.
yeah,
You know.
yeah. So it's like it's all unfortunate situations, and you got to be mindful of both parties. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Because
Pray that they can do it.
yeah, because we wasn't there. So they say innocent until proven guilty, but for us, for some reason, it's guilty until proven innocent.
Right.
So
I pray for the families. I pray because
yeah,
I
and because
pray.
I say if any wrongdoings was done, every man responsible for their actions. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? But not being there or not knowing, you see what I'm saying? So it's like it's unfortunate because it's a build up to let you down, and it seems like they make it their business to do that to us all the time. Then you have like people with the Emmett Till story. The lady come out 70 years later on her deathbed to admit that she lied about him whistling at her. So you done got this kid lynched and murdered and everything for a lie. You know what I'm saying? So throughout this time, you can't bring him back. And the stuff that happened to our athletes, our entertainers, our regular people, just average people, from lies, you know what I'm saying, that can ruin a person's life or even get their life taken for a lie. It's sad, you know what I'm saying, overall.
Can I ask you something? It
Yeah.
is. Can I ask you one question?
I'm
What's
on
one
your
of the
live. You can ask me whatever you want. I'm on your live.
what's one of the hardest obstacles in this business you think we would have to face? Like, not we as a team, but people, like, getting in this game. Is it like, what's one of the
In the
hardest?
music
Is it
industry,
like, is it your team? Is it the people around you? Is it
it's
your
it's
personal
it's
life?
it's all of that, but mainly it's you as an artist connecting with the supporters. That's what so many people look over, that fact that an artist have to connect with the supporters. Excuse me.
Amukala, bless you.
Excuse me. My damn
Amukala, bless you.
allergies. So, look, everybody probably go, oh, you got
Nah,
COVID.
you ain't got no COVID.
Yeah,
We ain't
they're
speaking that. We ain't
anything.
speaking that.
You can't even sneeze today. He got COVID. So, so
Where you be holding it and everything, like you about to make your brain bust.
right.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, I was eating. I know what happened and got caught. So, the hardest, I mean, like I say, you have to connect. The artists have to connect with the supporters. Y'all can't have no ego on saying, hey, repost my stuff for me. If you like it, repost it, share it for me. That helps you grow. You know what I'm saying? When people putting you up on a person, like Scarface, we prayed for him a speedy recovery. He just had a kidney transplant.
Oh my God, yes.
So we never know. This live can make it to him. He can hear you kicking what you was kicking and hit me and be like, Joe, as soon as I get out the hospital, I want to do a feature with her. You wouldn't even knew that was coming. But that's why they say speak stuff to existence. You know what I'm saying? You got to speak stuff into existence and just communicate more. Like, I remember like going lives and people always, man, OG, thank you for talking back to us and responding. And I'm saying to myself, ain't that what this for? You know what I'm saying? Like, the go live is to communicate with your people. Like, I don't understand it. So that's why I said, now I do understand if you're a person that's like a big artist, that's getting a million people in your life, yeah, it's kind of, you can't read all that stuff. I do understand that, but at least pick through some of them as they go. You know what I'm saying? And I was telling people, hey, if you consider yourself a supporter of this person, just be mindful that they did miss over your stuff, because you never know who your number one fan. Like, I just seen Plies do a show, and it was a young lady with her leg amputated. He brung on the stage, and he was touched so much, he just took his chain off, gave it, because he felt like she showed her braveness, because the average person be like, man, my leg amputated, and I ain't getting up on no stage. You know what I'm saying? But he basically saying that she didn't let that get the best of her, and she continuing on with her life. So that's why, go back to us saying in the beginning, start that natural beauty challenge. You see what I'm saying? To where is that, hey, if your hair thick, you know what I'm saying? If you don't got to go to the high comb, wear Afro puffs. Lady of Rage went global, whatever, with her look with Afro puffs. So that was a look for, you know what I'm saying, for women that could have embraced it. The Brett, she threw barrettes all over her hair and beads and all that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
like my signature is that my Chinese hat. I call it the Dome of Wisdom.
Oh, okay.
Like a samurai. That's something to wisdom, because I'm
now some people gonna give you flack for that, because they can say, it's queens that was in Africa with these same hats. Or do you know the first man that taught karate was an African?
And that's why I want to call it a pyramid on my head.
Okay,
but I don't want to give it up.
I'm just saying, see, like, certain people can look at that like it's a lack of you diverting from who you are. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Even though they say it's, some will say we Asiatics, you know what I'm saying? Some will say we Euro Asians, a lot of people say African, Asian. You're gonna hear a lot of that, but the way that they took our history away from us, they just got us disheveled for real, because you got some brothers and some scholars that feel like we just natives to America. You know what I'm saying? And they say we just Americans. So if we just Americans, what was the native language to America? Why is we speaking English? You see what I'm saying? If English is a UK, to us, that's a colonizer's language. You see what I'm saying? So it's like every time we talk something and we learning something different, to the point now where when you posting these type of things, they striking it saying it's hate speeches and all that. How is it hate speech teaching history?
Exactly.
Like, so it's like they don't want nothing that they feel like, oh, it's just.
Can I say something? I know you're coming to Virginia, right? And I have this thing going on called edutainment, which is educating while entertaining. So everything that you're doing is what I'm pushing to, where I'm sitting down with people in the House of Delegates. I'm sitting down with governors. I'm sitting down with senators with this thesis that I have, this theory of edutainment. Why can't we educate and entertain? But it don't have to be boring. Like this right here is edutainment. Everything that we're talking about, to where I want to actually make this some type of law. This is something that I'm working on, that me and you know, that we'll be talking about. But this is what's going on in Virginia. They're gonna be having me go out to Baltimore, you know, about all this stuff. But
Yeah,
what they're doing, this edutainment right here. You know, you're a voice of edutainment. People, you always, every time you talk, you educate and entertain at the
yeah.
same time. So this is this is heavy right here, and I really want to say thank you for everything you do and going to do. You know.
Thanks for having me on your live, because like I say, I'm banned off live. I don't know. They
Why?
don't tell you how long. I got the slightest idea.
You know why? Because you're great. You know, and what you
Salute
do
to
is
Ty Gracie from Virginia too. You
Ty
know
Gracie,
Ty, you know about him?
the singer.
No, your rapper, Ty Gracie. He Allen Iverson brother.
No. I haven't met him yet.
Yeah, they from Newport News.
Okay, I'll be out there in Petersburg and
Yeah,
Richmond, stand up. You know.
yeah. So like the spitters we know from there was what's the brother name that do the year ending wrap ups? What's his name? Of,
Um.
of
Oh,
course,
you talking about I know you. Are you talking about Uncle Murder?
Mad Skills. No,
Oh man.
Mad Skills. Of course, we got the Clips.
Oh, you talking about Virginia rappers? Okay.
Yeah, Virginia rappers. Yeah,
Missy
'Cause
Elliott.
yeah, Missy. You know what I'm saying, Missy.
What's Pharrell?
Yeah, Pharrell and MAGA New and all Timberland Magoo.
Yeah. You know you got the Chris Browns and the Trey Songs.
Yeah, but they from Virginia, and I mean, it's probably true. It's more, but that's who we know of.
Now I want to know if I'm right about this. If I am really a Scarface fan, right?
Hmm.
So in the course of my I want to say, I would say I'm one of his children, right? Birth from him, right? Because we all leave legacy,
So
right?
what's his government name? What's his government name?
Brad, Brad,
You his
Brad.
daughter. You say you his daughter. What's
I
his
said
government?
Brad,
What else?
Brad.
He got a
No,
full name. Brad what?
listen, no, I want to say something if I'm right about this, and if I'm right, man, I'll be right, and then somebody give me no false information, right?
Fans got to know everything about the person.
They
What's the man?
said that Scarface is originally from Camden, New Jersey.
We
He's
gonna
not
see.
originally from Texas.
We gonna
Let's
see.
see if it's true.
Hold on. Where
It's Scarface, Georgia.
rap Scarface born? Say Houston.
It said Houston, so they told me a lot. Niggas that said he's originally from Camden. That's what people told me. Why do people try to take people? I guess that's why people say I'm from New Jersey, right? They said Pusha T just signed Kari 1K from Petersburg. You see anything about his history of Camden, New Jersey?
About Scarface? Mm-mm. It say Houston, Texas. And the Clips, they was born in the Bronx. I know that. So
So
they
they
not
born. Let's see.
they,
So they
yeah, they
so they
born in
not
the
from VA.
yeah, they raised in VA, but they from the Bronx. They born in the Bronx.
Hey yo, you know the one song that I love of Scarface, that "Fuck You" song.
Face got some hits, and then when him
I
and
never
Beanie
seen a
Siegel
man
started
cry.
him and Beanie Siegel started linking, it was over with.
Beanie's another force in my life. I love Beanie.
Beans,
His
man.
his setup, man. His setup.
It's like you don't wish no violence or nothing on nobody, but that last time when he got shot and it messed with his voice, it's like, man, if
That hurt.
anything, like why take
Take
why
his
mess with his
voice,
voice?
man.
So but
Yeah.
it's put like this: since Scarface, Beans was the next up to have that effect
Yes.
on you like that. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? It ain't
Yes.
been nobody like that since. For me,
Man, I pray that God Mono give me the chance to at least leave my legacy and voice behind it doing a female form.
and have fun with it and really leave something behind, that can help. Like Scarface, never seen a man cry till I seen a man die. Mary Jane, what's that first album? That Diary album.
Dear
That
Diary.
album, man. And he really helped me harness pain. Like that smile. Like when I did that, I can't believe. It's something that I
But
learned from
see,
Scarface.
listen, even with that, you got Tupac and rest in peace Johnny P from the west side of the shop
You know?
on that record. So they never, because you had Do or Die was signed to rap a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So, in their relationship with Johnny P, he the guy that's singing on that chorus. Smile, smile for me. That's Johnny P.
Yo,
I
because I
miss that.
just went through some painful stuff. You know what I just went through? I just went through some painful stuff. I
Yeah.
was listening to that, getting some, getting filled up. You don't have those voices. I call it the ancestral voice that leaks through our soul. Some soulful
Mm-hmm.
voices that just move your pituitary gland and your DNA a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
So when I went through what I went through, I smile is always that, because I don't want to smile, and then that song
But
reminds me of
your
Blanco.
story, you save your story for your book in a TV series, because that's basically what's needed. You save your story for that. You know what I'm saying? It's actually a lot of great things in the works. I don't like to speak on stuff until it start,
Yeah.
place. So
I
yeah,
know you
just
like to keep secrets, right? You keep secrets from me, right?
yes, so save your story for that.
Okay.
Because
We
remember,
gonna
like I said, it's certain things that happens in people's lives that need to be put on platforms that reach the masses.
Yes.
See, something like an Instagram post, it can get looked over. You know what I'm saying? Because, well, yours different. You getting 4 millions and 3 millions and 2 millions views on your post.
Yeah,
So,
that's a blessing.
your stuff go viral on Instagram like how people say TikTok do. You
Mm.
know, that's
You helping me understand it, because I really don't. Like you said, you so funny. You said, "Where's your TikTok page?" I'm like, I don't
man.
know what I'm doing. I'm just posting and it just happened. I don't know. I don't know anything. Like I
Yeah,
really.
you have to be able to be reached by the masses. So if you know the most people is on YouTube, you have to have a YouTube channel. If you know TikTok is is booming right now, you got to have a TikTok channel. You got an Instagram, you get Facebook. Just multiple ways that people can reach you. Twitter. I never been a Twitter person. I got Twitters, but I don't have that much time on my hands to be sitting there typing nothing. I don't want to talk crazy about this. They say that Twitter army or something, but they got too much
Yeah,
time
because
on it.
somebody been to say something, been to piss you off, or been to made you like, dang, I gotta place my opinion on that. Twitter have you going.
And they say it's a black Twitter too, so it's two different Twitters. It's a regular Twitter and a black Twitter.
I never heard of that. I gotta look into that.
Yeah, they always say the black Twitter say this. It's always something about black Twitter.
I gotta check that out.
Yeah, it's something.
So it's juicy.
Yeah, but I guess black Twitter, they allow them to say and do whatever they want. Well, who on here know about the black Twitter? Is it something
Word.
different? What? Lizzie the Kid, what we doing, True? We got True Life on here.
Hey, what's up, True? Two
We
Twitter
got a
accounts of
female
mine.
Scarface over here, True. She just spit something sounding like Scarface. Two Twitter
Yo,
accounts of
the
mine now.
first person who said that to me though, was Diddy.
Oh, they said black Twitter, the fun side. Yeah, so
That's one of my executive assistants actually right there. That's Giovanni Busto right there. Say, hey,
okay.
Giovanni.
So could
And
we?
my
I
other
wonder if we can
executive
speak on
assistant
you
on there,
being on
Christina.
making a band. Did you have to, when you was on making a band? Did you have to?
Nope.
You ain't have to do. How you get? You just
You talking
got
about
on?
one for cheesecake? Say no, I shouldn't have said that. I thought you was gonna ask me that.
No. I was saying,
Oh.
like, how was it? Like, did they just have people like sign up for it or what?
No, actually, from my side of things, my story is, well, my godbrother Nugget actually came and told me about it. It was all over the radio. And at the
Mm,
time, I was squatting in the crib, me and my
mm,
baby daddy and my kid at the time. And I was
mm.
already winning best female rapper up there in Detroit on the underground. And they was like, yo, you need to go there. They doing this band thing. And I thought Diddy was looking for people to like play instruments or something. Now I do know how to play the violin, the saxophone, and the drums, but I'm like, I'm not going there to play any instruments. They like, no, they looking for artists. So I was like, I'm not going there, not because I didn't want to go because I didn't believe in myself. Really, I
And
was afraid that I couldn't be a singing talent. So I was talking myself out of. I
now
just
you
felt like I
see
needed to
why.
be in the.
Now you see why it's important to do that natural beauty cutie challenge. That's why. Now you see. Now you hear that? You asking. This is coming right back full circle. So,
Yeah,
so who all got picked from the D? You, Sarah, and who else?
me, Sarah, Pocahontas, and
Um,
Tondalea.
and it was a guy too. Ain't the guy from there
Oh,
with the be wearing the S curl or something? What's his name? Damn,
no,
what?
all I remember that was from Detroit from the beginning.
Rob. I think his name Rob.
Oh yeah, he made on 4. He wasn't on my season.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But on my season, it was me, Pocahontas, Sarah, and Tondalea. Pocahontas was actually an interesting character. I wonder what she's doing now. She actually was cool with me afterwards, and then we just lost touch. I love her though.
And
You
see,
know,
I
but
don't. So that's season 1 when it first started.
season 2,
Oh,
because the
season
first one was Old Town. Remember the
Oaktown.
first one, the white group? Yeah, it was a right.
Oh, oh.
Yeah, it was them first, and then they turned it up and brought second season back with Diddy, and here we come.
So was that with Danny Kane and them on that when the first one?
No, it's with Chopper,
Chop
Babs,
on the first one.
Dylon, Ness.
That's all the
Um,
first season.
yeah, that's all us. Yeah,
Oh, all right.
yeah, I'm the
So you
one who
was
broke
in
the
there with
glass.
some heavy hitters.
To the point, I'm the one who broke the glass at the end. Like, what you mean, Diddy? I made through 75,000 to the final 12. But if I seen Diddy right now, I would give him the biggest hug straight up, because if it wasn't for him, I learned so much. I'm talking about hard work. I'm talking about what I do now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was a kid and I wanted to make great TV. So I was crying, and I felt like, when the cameras got up on me, like I could be a crybaby, but I'm a gangster rapper. I sound like Scarface. I need to tear this motherfucker up. What I
I
did,
just
and I never was able to explain myself.
I
I
just
never was able to explain myself that, yo, I am sorry. I was a kid. And then listen, he taught me a lesson. However the world first perceive you is what they think of you. You know what
mm,
I'm saying? And they thought I was a nut, and I wasn't. But I learned a hard way, but a beautiful way of temperament, my character. I learned about creativity with Diddy. Like, I learned about his mindset and how things go off to the point when I'm creating now. People be in the
mm,
studio with me like, yo, you remind me of Diddy, your work ethic. I really, really, really would hug that man. I don't want nothing. I just want to tell him thank you. I mean, thank you. That's it. I've been asking people like, yo, can you please tell Diddy I just said thank you? Can you please just tell this man thank you? He ain't got to do nothing else. I just want to smile and say, look, I'm living. That
mm.
girl from making a band that ripped the glass and broke the glass and ripped the flowers. I'm on Wall Street. I got the Rockefeller Center. I'm in the Rockefeller Center. I'm all over. Why? Because he took a chance on a girl that was homeless. He didn't even know I was homeless.
Wow.
I
I
was
just
homeless,
I
man.
just checked on it. What up, nephew? I see Ken. He over there. He playing ball in Dubai right now. So you got
Okay.
people checking in from Dubai. They everywhere.
That's what's up. But I really had an argument not too long ago. Somebody had told me a few months ago. They said, "Yo, you big Diddy up too much." Like, since I came home from prison, because in all my interviews, I'd be like, "Listen, how you feel about Diddy?" A lot of people have a lot of bad things to say, because of lack of understanding, lack of everything, right? I
Mm.
always like, nah, I love him, and they be like, "Yo, you got
people stopped being cool with me because of that. They felt
Hey,
like I should hate them.
what
I said, listen,
what
if
so far? Look, so far you just seen him and Shine make amends, and I don't think too many people had a story
worse
or a
than him.
situation. Exactly.
Thank you. And my
So,
thing, I told them, this is what I said behind Diddy back. I said, if you could show me hating Diddy is gonna make me millions and billions of dollars right now, guess what? I'ma do it. But if loving him behind his back is gonna give me the same thing that's going on now, I'd rather choose love. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather choose to be honest. If it was not for Diddy, people would not know me. And for that alone, I gotta give him respect. For that alone, we are part of his legacy. You can't say bad boy and don't remember that girl from making a band to where my story is. I was squatting. I was in a home. I was homeless. I made from 75,000 people to the final 12, and because of not, you know how you want something so bad, and then you have all these other people trying to talk you out your blessings because they not doing it. Everybody had things bad to say about Diddy, and I'm there with the blessing though.
mm-hmm.
I'm there. And I was enjoying it, but the support I had at the time, it wasn't them. So they like, oh, Diddy did this. I don't know nothing about this man. All I know is he's here for me and he's giving me guidance. And I was young and people like, yo, be real with us. Be real to the hood. You know, it's stupid. And
He
I'm
gave
grown now.
he gave an opportunity, and then that's something everybody should learn from. Never sell our people out for money, because it's
Exactly.
not. And that's why it's a statement saying all money ain't good money. You know what I'm
And I want
saying?
to say thank you to him for one. When I got locked up, a message got back to me like it had came, you know what I did, and some people said that Diddy said, "Look, we don't know what she went through. We gonna pray for her." And I
Mm.
never was able to say thank you for that because I would think that he would be like, "Yo, F Mysterious, she tore my restaurant," but he always showed me love behind my back, and that set on me. That
Right.
set on me while I was locked up. And guess what they did when I was locked up? I said I wasn't gonna rap no more. This 14-year-old girl made me rap, but the prison. You know they bought the band DVD and played it for the prison. The warden was like, "You better get out there and do your thing." They took me out the prison because of making the band to go talk to students with no handcuffs or nothing because of that
Wow.
experience. When I say, yo, I ain't coming out and rap. So imagine being on the bunk, seeing seeing you with Diddy, and I would cry. Like, I was there.
Right.
So
Yeah,
for
and like
people
you say, you went through 75,000 people
to the
to the
final
final.
12. And I was drunk that night. That's why I don't drink like that in public no more. I was drinking to where I didn't have the right state of mind. Who knows what he would have did if I just would have sat there. He could have kept me solo, like, yo, Misty, you ain't a part of the band. I got something else for you, you know? But
Mm-hmm.
liquor, that, negative people around, fear of criticism, fear of losing, thinking that this was it for my life. And then I'm like, oh, I got to stay real to the hood. I got to be gangster. And I really made an A of myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm really a person who has really has gone through the fire of really showing people I'm very intelligent. They be like, dang, we thought you was a fool. I'm very talented. I'm very grounded, but you know, lack of understanding and the wrong people, you know, I really
And prison the ground you keep you humbled and ground you too, because now you don't have nothing but time to reflect and think on what you need to do and how to adapt in society once you're released. So
yeah.
you got all the time in the world to get a bunch of, well, before they took all these programs out of prison systems, but you can get degrees, you know. In some cases, people join religions in prison. You know what I'm saying?
Guess what? We had meta theater. It was
Oh,
people meta theater where we would talk, like where we would make plays or we would write poems, and they would take them and have colleges perform our stuff at EMF correctional. So I got in that. Like that kept my creativity. Spiritually, yeah, the spiritual stuff, it was definite, but for my journey, it's like God kept that creative thing there. Like me going out giving speeches, how I ended up going out giving speeches because I was doing therapy. I still do therapy. Ain't nothing wrong with that. They say I don't need no medicine. Some people just
mm-hmm.
need to talk. I talk,
Yeah, they vent.
you know, and I be venting because, you know,
every week we have a lot that goes on during the week that we don't have nobody to talk to. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Because 2 minutes, if you take 2 minutes, right, and cut everything off and just put your timer on for 2 minutes, 2 minutes is the longest thing. So imagine how long weeks are, and we don't have nobody to talk to, right? So I was going to therapy, I get myself together, understanding what I went through with postpartum psychosis and depression and anxiety, and I ain't know nothing about battered woman syndrome. I found out I had that and PTSD and get myself together. So he's like, yeah, how about the warden wants you to go out to the schools and talk. You know what I said to that lady? Hell no. I
So here,
can't talk.
so here you go. Here you go. The opportunity to get out of prison and talking about no. You should have been like, oh, yeah.
But look, they forced me. They was
They
like,
shouldn't
no,
have to force you though.
look, because I was scared to tell my life story because it was like going in front of the kids. And I ended up doing it once a week, and then they started letting me do it like 3 times a week because I started liking it because
Mm-hmm.
I thought I had to write out a speech, and I thought, but it was a therapeutic thing to where I got to talk to kids and talk about foster care, me being molested and raped and homeless, and through all of that, even being a three, my GPA was 3.5, and people don't know my intelligence side where, I grew up in the Kingdom Hall Jehovah Witnesses. I was in the theocratic ministry school. I've been giving talks since I was 5 years old.
Mm.
Like, this is what I do. I've been in the arts. So being able to talk to kids and saying, yo, I didn't know you could get locked up behind postpartum psychosis was amazing. I didn't get locked up for murdering nobody or anything. I got locked up for stress and depression, and that really can affect your lives. And they
Yeah.
thought that was like the biggest. Like I made that song, "My Life, My Pains," for real. There
Mm-hmm.
were kids. I have seen kids since I've been locked up. There's one guy, Kenny Black. I ended up somebody introduced me to him. They like, yo, you gotta work with this producer. He worked with Bad Boy actually, total. And when I came in there and I rapped this song, My Life, My Pains for real, right? He said, oh my God, my son was rapping. How you know that song? I said, that's my song. How your son know me? He was like, you the girl that my son seen in school. And he could not stop talking about her life. And ever since then, he was on the right track. And then he had to call him downstairs. He was like, oh my God, that's her. That's
But
and it
see,
was
but see what happened. It took a woman to make an impression on this young man. So something that he wanted to hear near and dear to his heart from his mother was looked at through you. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes mothers don't have these kind of conversations with the kids. They at work all day. When they come in, they tired. They got the child running the bath water. In
mm-hmm.
some cases, even prepping her food. But kids love stuff like that when they seem that they can assist the parents in any kind of way. You know, that's why it's so, the innocence of a child, I don't see how nobody can or bother in any type of magnitude in a negative way. And like for us and all around the world, but like these stray bullets keep killing these kids, it's just so depressing to have to cut on the news, go on the internet, stroll down, and you just keep seeing these kids being hit by stray bullets. And it's just sad. But then I done some live or something, and I was saying that they should just the gun administration should make rubber bullets for the public. You see what I'm
For the
saying?
public. Yeah,
You, and only law
that
enforcement
would
should
make sense.
have the real bullets for a state of emergency type. But a few people agreed, and then some people didn't agree. Like, man, they gonna have us doing slavery again if that happened. You see what I'm saying? So, oh man, that's
But I
another.
think that would be what you recommended, if I might add, is a great thing because I have also been a woman who marched out in Wisconsin
Mm-hmm.
for the mothers who lost their children through gun violence. Jacob Blake, I was in the forefront with that. Regardless of whatever happened, you can't shoot a man 7 times in his back. And then there was one area where we walked right through Wisconsin. We had our fist up. It's on my page. And we walked to this area, right? And
Mm-hmm.
it was a mother there, and they was putting roses at her feet, and she was crying about her son dying right there.
Mm-hmm.
And I broke down like it has to be something because
we don't think about the mothers. You taking somebody's baby that we didn't raise, since the womb, like my baby in there, you know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
that's all we see. So that right there, rubber bullets, taking people down with rubber bullets and then taking them in and apprehending them and then doing whatever you have to do. I think that will be a great thing in society, especially for the mothers that's losing them. The
Mm-hmm.
bullets, you can't bring them back. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And it broke me, of all the mothers that was there in Wisconsin that they giving roses to, like, that was losing their children.
Right. Salute
Children.
to
So
everybody that's checking in. This mysterious live, Misty Blanco live. So, I do a roll call usually when I go live. So, and Queens in the building all over the world, they'll shout it out. Salute to all y'all, but this not my live. I'm just joining her live.
no,
So
this our live. It's
I
our
don't
live.
want them to think that I'm looking past them or nothing. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
this ain't
no.
my shout out section.
Shout out to everybody. Shout
Yeah.
out. I appreciate it. Look, it's our live. You shout out whoever.
Yeah.
You shout out whoever, because again, you know what else you're doing? A lot of us women will be afraid to have a mentor that's a man, right? Or management, because the first thing we would think of is certain things, whereas even I respect the women who they do end up with management in the work or whatever the situation may be, but to be able to have a mentor like you that's straight up, like, grounded, educated, and all
Mm-hmm.
about uplifting women, that makes me feel so good on being able to be myself creatively and being able to like really do this and not feel like inferior because I don't got the butt like Megan Thee Stallion, or I don't got this like this person, but I'm Misty, and you make me feel great. And I feel like this for the universe is great, because I
That,
always
that
say,
that's why you gotta wear more hats. Like for me, I'm a motivational speaker and life coach. You see what I'm saying? So a part of that, what I'm telling you, is in my life coaching. You see what I'm saying? Like, be who you are. Be grateful for who you are. It's so many people that's not as well off. It's so many people that have deformities, just
yeah,
all types of stuff that we take for granted every day. You see what I'm
yeah,
saying? So it's kind of like a slap in the face to some. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah. I just went through a heartbreak too, and you've been here. I appreciate that. Like, come on, life goes
And,
on.
and even with that, you see, I just let you vent. I'm not gonna bash the brother. A lot of guys do that. You know what I'm saying? Just let you vent, see what went which way, because at the end of the day, you don't know if that situation could be remended or not. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah. No,
a
it's
lot of
I
people don't,
think for the
they
betterment for everyone, it went
huh?
the way it's supposed to go. Sometimes your journeys don't ain't meant to be, it goes separate because of whatever things we have to do in our personal lives. So whatever decision was made, I have to make mine from me and my situation, and me and my kid, he gotta make his for his. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes down to that, everybody gotta do what's right. And again, I learned something. I learned that I had one thing. I thought I couldn't be in a relationship. I thought I was a monster. I thought wouldn't nobody like me, and I learned that that's not true. I learned that I could be a great woman, and things just happen, and I also learned certain things about how to be a supporter, or how to push somebody towards their goals too. It was a learning experience, and I thank God for it. Because whatever's coming is great. Or let it be.
Well,
So
we gonna do this a to be continued. I know you got things to do. I got things to do. And make sure you save it, and then I can repost it as well.
okay. Okay. And
So
listen,
thanks,
more life to you.
huh?
More life and more love to you.
Likewise.
All right. Talk to you soon. I'm so happy you came through. You know. And listen, I really appreciate everybody that tuned in. I'm about to get off. I'm about to save this and do what I do. And more life to everybody, more love, more peace, more understanding, more freedom, more creativity, more amendment, more reconcile. What's that when you reconcile with people? Made more mending going on, more mending families, mending love, mending relationships, friendships. May that go. Thank you. Love, that's one of the signatures. Thank you. So I'm about to go. Reconciliation. Thank you, Giovanni Brusso. You're always on point. My executive assistant. I love you. Christina, my executive assistant. I love y'all. I'm out. I love everybody. Bye.